கடந்த 30 வருஷமாக ஏஇஏ தனியார் மயமாக்கலை எதிர்த்த போராட்டத்தை நடத்தி வருது. எல்ஐசி தனியார் மயத்தை எதிர்த்த பொதுத்துறை பொது காப்பீட்டு நிறுவனங்களை பாதுகாப்பதற்கான போராட்டத்தை நடத்தி வருது. இப்போ இந்த மத்திய அரசு கொண்டு வந்திருக்கிற நேஷ்னல் மானிட்டைசேஷன் பைப்லைன் பாலிசியை நீங்கள் ஏஇஏலேருந்து எப்படி பார்க்குறீங்க?
You're right. 30 years in the All India Insurance Employees Association, privatization of public sector against poor agriculture. And it's a concept of opening up of the Indian market to the private capital since 1990, started by P.V. Narasimha Rao led government. Under him, Finance Minister Manmohan Singh was there. Now, after 30 years, when we look back, as an All India Insurance Employees Association, we are happy to say that we could protect the public sector character of the Life Insurance Corporation of India and also the General Insurance Corporation. But as an All India Insurance Employees Association, எங்களுக்கு ஒரு கவலை இருக்குது. நாங்கள் யோசிக்கிறது என்னென்னா, சிர்ஃப் இந்த பப்ளிக் செக்டர் எல்ஐசி ஜிஎஸ்சி மட்டுமே இல்லை, இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் பாலிசி மொத்தம் பப்ளிக் செக்டரை டிஸ்மேண்டில் பண்ணுறான்ற ஒரு நியூ கான்செப்ட். The concept of public sector is to give a better service to the people. And today, the government policy is only talking about the profit because the market only looks at the profit. And they cannot sell off the public sector industries today. For example, you cannot sell the space, ISRO. You cannot sell the railways, which is the best, one of the best railways, second in the world. You cannot sell off the railways. And similarly, you cannot sell the Life Insurance Corporation of India. Because when you wanted to sell the public sectors, these public sectors, you should have a valid reason. But today government doesn't have any valid reason. They say, I'm privatizing. What is the reason? They do not say any reason. They want that the people should own this public sector, so that they are disinvesting. They say it's not a privatization, it's only a disinvestment where the shares of this public sector will be going into the hands of the people of the country. It's absolutely again an argument which is not acceptable to us. Because today when you look at the share market in the disinvestment, hardly 2 to 3% of the people are investing. Even in that, only I was told 0.95 lakhs, they are very active, they will be investing regularly and doing, but others are dormant investors. So today, you cannot sell this public sector if they are performing the public sector. Otherwise, you say, for example, LIC. If you wanted to privatize an LIC, what argument you have to tell? You have to say they are not settling the claim, which is not true, they cannot say it. And they say that if you look from the profit angle also, they cannot say that you are not generating any surplus. They cannot say that because we are giving government 2,700 to 2,800 crores for last 2-3 years as a dividend to the government of India. And we are giving a bonus of more than thousands of rupees, around 54,000 to 55,000 as a bonus to the policy holders. And top of that, we are paying the corporate tax, the income tax, everything we are doing. You cannot say that LIC can be. Now they got a beautiful idea saying that the people are owners of this public sector. But unfortunately, the government do not buy an argument that the public sector is owned by the people. Again, who are these people whom you wanted to give privatize? That is a basic question. We do not, because for this they bring a beautiful name, whether it's called disinvestment or you call monetization, where monetization, as I told, that I'll give on lease and after some time what is this lease? Why you wanted to give on lease this public sector? You can own and you can generate profit from this public sector. It's absolutely an argument which is not right, and it's only to try and give a wrong picture as though the government is very patriotic. But this government is not patriotic. In fact, when you for a patriotic government, you cannot sell off your economic sovereignty of this country. And public sectors, they are the economic sovereignty of this country. Last 75 years of independence, you see how the public sectors have built this infrastructure in this country. A simple example, today all investment in India, if you look at LIC of India's investment in every sector, if you look, it is not less than 25%. The whole investment, if you take, it's not less than 25%. And you say where LIC is not there. We are sitting under light, LIC's contribution is there. When you are in the house, LIC's contribution is there. When you walk onto the road, LIC's contribution is there. If you want to send a shuttle into the space, LIC's investment is there. It's absolutely unfortunate that this government is selling this wonderful institution called the Life Insurance Corporation of India.
ஸோ இப்போ அரசுக்கு வந்து திட்டங்கள் செயல்படுத்துறதுக்கு நிதி தேவைப்படுதுங்கிறத சொல்கிறாங்க. அதை நீங்களும் ஏற்றுப்பீங்க. அப்போனா இந்த நிதி திரட்டலுக்கு மணி, தே நீட் பவர் மணி டு இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் த ஸ்கீம்ஸ். அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி திரட்டலுக்கு வேறு என்ன மாற்று வழிகள், ஆல்டர்னேட் வேஸ் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க?
The simple alternate way is taxing the rich and the wealthy people. If you look post-pandemic also, pre and post-pandemic, the 1% of richest in India, they have the whole amount with them, the wealth with them, which is equivalent to the budget of India, number one. And number two, their wealth is more than 95% of bottom, 195% of the people of this country. Their wealth is more. And as a common man, a common citizen of this country, we say that why you do not tax these 1% rich people. If you look in year 2000, there were only $9 billionaires in India, and it is expected by 2022 or 23, the number of dollar billions in India are going to be much more, and they are expected in 2018 to 2022, 70 new millionaires are going to come into India. So the point here, as you rightly raised, how the government should mobilize the funds for implementing the subsidy, social subsidy and social scheme to the people of this country. It is simple. If they charge the tax the rich, the money automatically comes. But unfortunately today the government is not doing that, and they are attacking the common man. And that is the reason why today the Indian poor are more. A classic example again is under this NDA government led by Narendra Modi, the implementation of demonetization policy, which we have seen the people were standing in the queue to get their own money. But unfortunately the government today fails to say what big benefit this country got out of this demonetization policy. Then immediately attack came on the GST policy, in the name of GST. The GST has totally spoiled and totally crumbled the minimum, the medium and small scale industries. So they've been evaporated. And naturally, the corporate tax on one side, corporate sector has been on one side given tax concession, and we've been taxed indirectly. Even a common man, a man on the street who goes and purchases a cup of tea, he will be paying tax. The same tax has been paid by Anil Ambani, Mukesh Ambani and Adanis. So we feel simply if at all the government wanted to do, they want money, they can certainly tax the rich, number one, strengthen the public sector, give them the autonomy. In that way, it's definitely the service can be reached out where you can help the poorer section of this country. And the inequality is so much today. The division between the poor and rich so much, as according to one report, it says a worker in rural area, if he wants to reach the salary of this chief executive officer in a company, in a big company in India, it takes 941 years. So this is the disparity. We are asking this question to the government. Not that the government do not know, they know it, but they do not want to tax this rich. Once you tax the rich, the other things can be definitely avoided. Not only it can be avoided, the performance of the public sector will be much more better in my opinion.
Thank you for sparing your valuable time and sharing your views with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this privilege. Thank you.